Oh sweet, I still have a bit of time on this. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna go over the way I record on this, record all my YouTube covers. So I normally have an instrument, guitar with a guitar or bass, and I just plug straight through into XFX, which acts as my interface. So your interface could be anything that just goes from your instrument into a USB port on your computer, which is normally how you get your guitar signal or bass signal. So, like, some people have a separate other interface, but I just treat this as my interface. There's certain advantages to that, but I quite like this for reamping and stuff like that. Once you get your signal from there into here, you normally open up a program called a DAW, or Digital Audio Workstation. So we have Reaper here, which is showing up with the license message. So the thing is, Reaper is free, but as you can see there, instead of crippling the evaluation version of Reaper, because we do not feel that technological enforcement of licensing policy is in the best interest of our customers. So pretty much they don't stop you from using it if you don't pay for the license. Not a good thing to encourage, so I mean, eventually I'll probably pay for it. But it's a good piece of software, I'd encourage it. I don't know what the spec is on my camera. Oh well. So I've got a project to open up in here at the moment. This is just a cover I'm working on. So I have 3 tracks normally at the moment. One track is my recorded audio. Second and third tracks are my signal from my guitar or bass. Now you can see here inputs are different for both tracks. One's input 1 and one's input 3. That's just for the purposes of reamping should I need it. So reamping's just processing your recorded audio again. What is this doing? Processing your recorded audio again without having to re-record it. So if you wanted to maybe add more reverb or add delay or completely change your amp model in the case of the XFX and things like that, you can do it through this sort of reamping facility, which is really good for me. So I normally just record. So when you initially open it up, you'll probably find, if you're just starting out, you'll have to do some preferences. So it's just go options, preferences, and you'll come up to a page like this. So preferably use an SEO audio system, lower latency I think it is, which makes recording a bit easier. Otherwise just go direct sound like I used to with my pod, stuffed USB and through to a mixer and rubbish like that, and then just go, it'll normally show up as another device, otherwise just check your USB driver settings and things like that. So I've got it as ASIO, turn that off, and you'll have to open up a track, so I just right click, is it on here? Nope, it's not on here, my bad. It will be up here somewhere. Insert, pardon me, insert new track, there we go. So you can insert a new track and you've got a new track, boom, simple. So I'll just delete that. Okay, so you insert a track. Now I normally have 3, so I just changed 2 of them. I changed the inputs on 2 of them, and I armed them so it makes them ready for recording. So this first one here, I also have to insert media, which is just my backing. So I just go open media file, find my file, which is one of these apparently. So just I stick something in and it'll normally go in. So yeah, like once it's armed for recording, just make sure it's recording. Just play instrument a bit and see there's a bit of noise or signal going through and popping up here. If it's not, then probably just check it's your interface and whatnot's going. So once I've recorded it, like I have here, I normally go through some stages of like processing it. So I just open up the effects, so like the one I tend to use a lot is repitch if I'm doing covers in another tuning. Let's say I'm using I'm using my drop B guitar to do a drop C cover, rather than just like transpose it to drop C. I just tend to play it in drop B tuning with repitch. So the way you do that, you would go FX, repitch, and if you know the original tuning, which I would in this case, so this is standard, I think. Yeah, it's standard. So if I wanted it in drop B, I'd just go -3 semitones. I think it is. Should be 3. I think it's 3. Yeah, it should be 3 semitones. So you go 3 semitones, and it'll be in a different tuning. So I find that works really accurately. And then afterwards, you'd have to process your audio and just put effects and go through the repitch thing and make sure that's right. So another thing I have to do is pan it. So I've panned this to the left 50%, pan this to the right 50%, so you can hear the track and what you're actually playing. You can differentiate between the two. And then I normally put a volume difference between the two. What's this one at? Nope, I don't know if you can see that. Silly focus. Alright, let's see if we can focus. There we go, brilliant. So this one's at -18 decibels. So, you know, there's normally in my guitar covers it's normally like -10, but it varies by the track, how loud it is, and how loud your audio is. So that's cool. Once you've done that, I'm going to refocus it. There we go, ta-da. Once you've done that, you're going to want to render it. So just render, just give it a name. Just render it with these settings or whatever. I tend to change them to that and 192. Yeah, 192 kilohertz, and then just render it, and it'll render. And then it'll open up and say, oh, launch the file, so you can just listen and see whether that's any good. Alright, so once that's done, I'm going to open up Sony Vegas, which is my video processing. Alrighty, so this is pretty much like Windows Movie Maker, except it's a bit better in the sense that you can do multiple angle or 2 camera sort of covers now. So I can do two guitars, and you can see me do 2 guitars, which is nice. So pretty much what you do, import your media. So that media. So just find where your audio is, and I have a little. I don't know if you can see it. I'll move out of the way. No, still can't see it. This thing here. SD card reader. So I just put my SD card from my camera into the reader, and it'll show up as a drive on computer. So just media and just go computer, you know, all that. Find it, and it'll normally show up in here. So I'll just open up a real quick project if I can find one really quickly. I don't know what ones I've got on here. Let me find one. Let's just go recent. Let's just go Utopias. Nope. Oh, no, it doesn't want to open for me, that one. I'll try again. This is a real pain in the nuts. Is this one going to open? Alright, so it's kind of bitching about media offline and all that rubbish, but that's alright. So normally what I'll find is I have a video track and I have audio that I want to put on top of it. So with the video track, you normally have 2 tracks. You have the video and the audio of the video. So what I have to do normally, what I do is get my video, say this is my video, stick it in Trimmer, trim it down to size, because normally I'm mucking around the first like 30 seconds trying to figure out what on earth I'm doing, because it's me. And then set it as a subclip, stick that subclip in here, so just drag it, drop and drag, it'll just come down and sit. And then I get my audio, drop and drag again, it'll show up as a separate track. And then to sync them, I normally put the desired audio all the way back, and I put the audio of the video all the way up, so you can sync up your playing with what the track is doing. So once that's done, then you can just delete the undesired tracks, and pretty much go from there. I mean, once you've synced it all up, you can just add little fancy things like a title, and like endings and transitions and stuff like that. This is a nice little program in that sense. Anyway, once that's done, then you can just render your project. So you just give it a name and file type and file size pretty much, and then let it render, and then you've got yourself a video and stick it on YouTube, and yeah. So that's pretty much it. If you've got any questions, just hit me up on Facebook or just comment in the video or whatever. Yeah.